You're listening to Until They Sleep, a podcast where two parents finally get to sit down and discuss all the different things that run through their heads every day because their four kids are finally asleep. Thanks for listening.
Hello and welcome to Until They Sleep. I am Daniel.
I'm Chantal.
And we are the parents that get caught up during this time while our children sleep about what's going on in our lives, and we get to vent to one another or talk about random shit.
And vent to you guys too, because you're listening to this.
Welcome to the journey. And you might realize that you're not alone with some of the stuff that goes on.
Yeah.
I just want to let everybody know that, it's official. It's summertime. We finally got to do a family trip, a little small family trip. Our daughters have never been to Disneyland. Mm-hmm. So we went to the Magic Kingdom and finally took them.
Not the Magic. Isn't that Florida?
Magic, whatever,
We went to the one in California.
We went to the Cali one, the one down the road from us. We hadn't been there in forever.
Yeah.
We've heard stories about how it's changed, and we hear rumors and social media saying that this is different and
it's
this has
been
been
like
taken
7
down.
years.
And blah, blah, blah. And lo and behold, it's all bullshit. Most of the stuff is still there. Yes, changed a little bit. Some stuff has been updated. It was really awesome. I had a great time. Couldn't believe it. It's expensive as hell. I'm not gonna lie. For a family of 6 with just a middle class family, we had to save up for it to make it happen, but it was worth it. But I will say that I was a little disappointed because I didn't get the reactions I was hoping to get from our girls.
So our girls have been asking to go to Disneyland for a couple years now. When our boys were younger, we had a little extra cash, and we also had family members that would occasionally pitch in and help buy season passes and stuff for our boys. So it definitely made it a lot easier for us to go, back then when they were little. And I think it's been about 7 years since we've been to Disneyland.
Yeah, I believe so.
And so our eldest,
actually, no, it's been 10 years.
10 years?
2014.
Okay.
So we're in 2024.
Wow. All right. I didn't think it was that long.
Yeah, because I just remembered I was laid off in 2014 at the end of the year. Uh-huh. And that's the last year that we had those passes.
So just that much more time has passed. So our eldest kind of remembers everything. Well, and I have to say this too. So our 2 older kids have gone to Disneyland through school.
Right.
Just in the last year.
Especially recently.
Yeah, very recently. So, one went to California Adventure and the other one went to Disneyland. So the 11-year-old had gone to California Adventure. And so he actually had not been to Disneyland since he was 3.
Yeah.
4. Since he was 4.
Right.
So he didn't remember Disneyland. He was like, I guess he confided to you that there was a lot he didn't remember from being that young. So he really enjoyed it this time. Of course, our older one had already been there like in January, February this year with school. So for him, it was whatever. But our girls, they're always talking about it. Like, when are you guys going to take us? And we're always, we have to save up some money. We're going to go soon. One of my brothers was trying to take our 7-year-old, because they go often. And we didn't want that to be her first experience. We wanted to be there
for the first time that she went to Disneyland.
Because we were expecting a big whoa.
Our girls are big Disney princess girls.
Yeah.
They watch. I mean, come on,
everything.
Frozen. I don't know how many times we've been through those, part 1 and part 2,
and Brave,
and Inside Out, or
Mulan. They love Mulan. They
animation and live action.
Ariel. Little Mermaid. They've gotten into all these things. The classics they've gotten into more lately because I've been showing them for them.
Forget about it.
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast big in our house. But our 7-year-old, she was in disbelief. She's like, I thought you said we were going to Universal Studios. Why is Disneyland at Universal Studios? And because we had told her we were going to Universal Studios, so we would keep it like a big surprise since we were going to be driving away from home. And so she kind of started slowly noticing that we weren't at Universal Studios.
Yeah, this is so different. Why does it look different?
And she's like, why does everybody have Disney stuff on? And so we're like, well, because we're at Disneyland. No, we're not. I'm like, yes, why do you think everybody's got Disney stuff on and their Mickey Mouse ears and it says Disneyland right there? And she's like, but she said we were going to Universal Studios. And I was like, but we're here. But she had no expression of excitement. And then she tells me, but I really wanted to go to Universal Studios. And I was like, oh my God, you've been asking for Disneyland for how long and you're finally here? And you
Right.
want to go to
Yeah,
Universal Studios?
yeah. Maybe we just put it in her head about going to Universal. So she was looking forward to. For some reason, they were like really wanting to get on The Simpsons right again.
Yeah, they've only been on it once.
Once
But
the last time we were there, they got on that, and apparently they loved it. So then they were looking forward to getting on that again.
it gave me a headache, so I didn't enjoy it. But again, I don't know. I think she finally got excited when she saw Belle. And we didn't go in that direction, so she didn't get to see Belle up close. But
I didn't see Belle.
she was at the entrance when we were coming back around the train.
Oh, okay.
So we didn't.
I know they got happy when they saw Minnie Mouse, and they got happy when they saw, what was the other princess that she? Oh, Ariel, but she was leaving.
But she was leaving, and so was Minnie. Minnie was
Minnie
also leaving
All right,
when
we saw Pluto real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't see that many characters.
Yeah, we saw Kylo Ren.
Yeah, we saw
and
Kylo
we
Ren.
saw Mando.
And Kylo Ren actually picked up our daughter, one of the stormtroopers,
our
took her
5-year-old.
daughter. Yeah, and introduced her
to Kylo.
to Kylo. Yeah,
But she got afraid of him.
yeah, she was.
But I think you were like a little boy.
I turned into a little boy, man. If you don't know this, I'm a Star Wars freak. I've turned into a big Star Wars freak nerd. Not a nerd because I don't know everything, but I love Star Wars. My mom was a big influence in my life for the 4 short years that I had her. So I remember that was the last movie I saw with my mom. She took me to see Star Wars, The Return of the Jedi. And TJ, we were really poor, so we had to wait, like they re-aired stuff. And I remember missing school, and she took me to watch it. And because she knew I liked it, she had already shown me the other one, so I saw that. And it was awesome. It was awesome. I was a Han Solo kid. I was not a Luke Skywalker guy. I was afraid of Darth Vader, but I thought Han Solo was the coolest character, and as I grew up, I became a Darth Vader fan. I want to say by the time I was 9 or 10, I started liking Darth Vader, because I learned, that was the beginning of where I learned about Obi-Wan was my guy. To be honest, for some reason, I was like, he lived this long, all the Jedi were killed. My mind started changing by 10, but I was interested in the whole Darth Vader, Obi-Wan. Those were my balance right there. I thought I didn't like Luke that much, but Han Solo was the cool guy. So to see the Millennium Falcon, it was like a Mount Rushmore of emotions that came through me. It took me back to being a little boy and wishing that I could stand next to the Millennium Falcon, wishing that wouldn't it be awesome if it actually existed and it was there and it could take me away from this shitty world and this shitty life, and I could just live in the stars and do my own thing and be a space pirate, and when I came across that corner and I saw that Millennium Falcon and all that childhood, that little piece of being a kid, I guess I was holding on to, came out. And I'm sorry if I get emotional, but it was like a
box
dream.
Of tissues right there.
Yeah, it was like a dream. It was so. I just felt like a kid. I felt like a fucking kid. I saw the Millennium Falcon and I geeked out, and I was like, the guys, my sons were like, "Oh, that's turning into an art," but they didn't realize that I was getting emotional because I was wearing sunglasses. And we see all these videos on Instagram about people and grown ass men that start crying when they see the Millennium Falcon and they're around it, and you're like, "Oh, what a bitch!" I'm not gonna cry about that. And then it was me.
Yeah.
And I became those dudes that I laughed at. And
I kept trying to call you. I was like, "Honey, turn around so I can take a picture of you. Honey, turn around and take a picture." And you were completely ignoring me, and that's when I realized that you were probably crying.
Yeah, I didn't want you guys to realize that maybe there was some red eyes going on, even though I was wearing sunglasses.
Tears coming down your cheeks.
No. There was a leak. There was a broken little faucet in my eye. I got a little dirt, so a little water came out, to lubricate that dryness in my eye. So yeah, that's what happened with that one. I was a big kid. I was like a big kid. I was so excited. I was freaking excited. I was also a little bummed out that my oldest son, wasn't as excited when he saw Kylo Ren because
I
that was his guy when he
know.
was a little boy. Like,
Yeah, he
we
loved-
literally watched those fucking movies because of
And
him.
he even had the costume for Kylo Ren and his sword
He
and
loved
everything.
Kylo Ren. I wanted nothing to do with those 3 movies because I was like, no, this is not George Lucas. You know, this is not going to be
This
real
is not
great
part
and
of
blah
it,
blah.
yeah.
And but he loved Kylo Ren since the moment he saw the poster. He thought he was cool looking, and that became his guy. And then he was all learning, and he was researching and getting online and learning as much as he could about Kylo Ren. So I was his guy. So here we are, meet Kylo Ren. He grabs his little sister and, you know, gets to talk to her and everything. And I thought he was going to jump in and ask for a picture or something. And he was just Mr. Cool Guy. I'm a teenager. I'm going to sit back here and pretend I don't give a damn about Kylo
We haven't
Ren.
asked him about it. Did you
Yeah.
ask him
No,
about
I
Kylo?
didn't.
He hasn't said anything. I don't even know what was going through his head when he saw him.
Yeah.
Just because he's too cool now.
Right. But
So-
yeah, and it was awesome. So I was laughing because we're getting on this damn ride, and I'm like, yo, I'm a pilot, you're a pilot, you kids figure it out what the hell you're gonna be, gunners and whatever not. Like, there's no way that the first time I get on this ride, I am not gonna pilot the Millennium Falcon. Like, this is childhood dream right here.
You crashed so many
And
times.
then at the same time, I was like, and I'm sitting on the left because that's where Han Solo sat,
And I'm
you're
Chewie.
Chewie.
I'm Chewie.
It's like, you're Chewie.
I can't do the noise.
And my kids were laughing. They're like, "Oh, Dad, really?" I was like, "It's like that. It's like that. We're gonna fight." And yeah, I'm pretty sure the people at Disney were laughing at me because I was like, "No, I'm a pilot. I'm a pilot," and I was like pushing you. No, I'm going on the left seat. And then I was like, "I get to control it side to side. This sucks."
Hey, it was fun. We had fun.
And then I was mad at my wife because I was asking her to go into hyperspace, and she was like, "Huh?" I was like, "Right here," and I'm like reaching over her and like punch it.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know the controls. Sorry. It's our first time on it, but I guess he knew enough about the Millennium Falcon. He knew where all the controls were. But that was you geeking out. But overall, we actually had a really good time.
It was awesome. It was
and
awesome.
despite our girls not being overly excited about any of it, I mean, they were excited. There were some things that our 7-year-old, she wanted to go on Pirates.
Yeah.
So we went on Pirates and she got scared because it's so dark.
Right.
And then, they recognized.
Which they always said that they got rid of Jack Sparrow. So I was like, oh, that sucks. We're not going to see Jack Sparrow anymore. And then lo and behold,
He is there 3
He's
times.
there.
Yeah, yeah. So, and then of course, Haunted Mansion is still closed because it's being renovated. So there was no that. They got rid of the rabbits.
right, they're doing the whole Tiana
Yeah,
thing.
they're now doing a Tiana thing there. So that whole section was closed. Of course, the Star Wars section was new to us. That was
Right.
new. Toontown we didn't get to or was
No,
closed
it was
or
like
something.
close or something going on.
I did love the update on Star Tours.
Yeah,
I
Star Tours
loved
are
the
cool.
update to the story. I don't know, maybe it's just my eyesight, but it looks so crisp and clear.
Yes,
It looks
another
so good.
thing. I also got emotional when I saw the damn whales on that one.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
not expecting that. I was like, see, 3P's a pilot now? I was
As
like,
they
what? What's
updated
going
the
on?
story. I
And then the
loved
story's going-
it.
And then I saw Ahsoka and I was like, I love you, Rosario. I mean, I love you, Ahsoka.
So there was a lot of little things that we saw that were nice. We're sad to hear that they're gonna probably get rid of Autotopia and the submarine section.
Right,
that
and so
Riding
for that
Nemo.
reason, we got on those, right?
Yes,
We got on those
so that
in
the-
case if it was true.
Yeah, so the girls could say like, "Hey, I remember this ride,"
Back in
type
my
of thing.
days, there was some cars here.
That's what we were doing. We did the whole tiki lounge.
We found Nemo.
So there was a couple things we didn't get to do. We didn't get on all the rides in the middle, like Peter Pan,
Right.
or Alice in Wonderland.
Mm.
We didn't get to do the Matterhorn. We didn't get to do Space Mountain.
So Space Mountain, Indiana Jones, and the Matterhorn were the ones that had the longest wait time. So we actually invested on the Genie Plus pass, which is kind of like you check in, and it's like you have an appointment that you have to show up to that ride and ride it, which people are going to tell you it is totally and completely worth
It's
it.
totally worth it for as many things as we were able to do because of it.
I
It was
think we
completely
stopped
worth
the
it.
count at, we got on like 17 rides.
Yeah.
And we haven't actually verified it. It could be more. but I think when I stopped counting, we were at 17.
And technically, we went on Indiana Jones twice
Yes.
because our youngest was
Not
like
tall enough. A quarter of an inch.
quarter of an inch too short. Like, just like they could barely stick their pinky between her head and the bar. So she couldn't get on. And so our eldest stayed behind with her. So the rest of us went on it. And then he got to go on it with his siblings, with the other two siblings again after we did, because he just waited in that little lobby
So
section.
usually when in Universal, we had that happen before. And they usually, none of the other ones want to get on. So I end up getting on with him. This time, both our number 2 and our number 3 were quick to say,
I want to go.
I want to go. So I was like, all right.
But the funny story with this, well, I don't know if it's funny, but kind of scary, kind of funny thing that we learned was on Indiana Jones when we're in line and we're moving along fast, and we weren't even.
We didn't do the Genie Pass. We did the Genie Pass for another ride. We had reserved a spot, so we were like, well, while we were waiting for that one, we'll get on another line, which is what happened twice.
But it was only 30-minute wait for Indiana Jones.
30 minutes turned into 2 hours.
No, it was like an hour.
Hour?
Yeah, it was
hour
like
and
an
a
hour.
half. Let's say an hour and a half.
It wasn't that long.
But it was because
there was an earthquake in Newport Beach.
Yeah.
And the earthquake in Newport Beach shut down Disneyland.
Yeah, half of Disneyland.
So any ride that had a track, we didn't know that this happened. I guess I've just never been to Disneyland during an earthquake. So we didn't feel anything. We felt nothing.
We were literally underground at the time.
Yeah, whatever, wherever you go in Indiana Jones in those tunnels. And we felt nothing down there, but I guess because there was a 3.4 or 3.6 earthquake in Newport Beach, they have to
Which
shut
is really
down.
minor if you never got through an
Yes.
earthquake. Like we said, sometimes
really
you don't
minor.
feel it.
Yeah.
It's like nothing. It's like if somebody just jumped on your second floor or something and you just feel like that little
Yeah. So they shut everything down. And and they have to go check all the tracks to make sure nothing got loose.
Right.
So we were there for a while waiting, and then it finally starts moving again, and everyone's like, "Yeah, we're moving." And right before we get to the front part of it, it happens again.
Yeah. There was another little earthquake.
It was a super. It was like a 1.6.
Yeah,
on the Richter
like an
scale.
aftershock.
It's like a super tiny aftershock, and they had to shut down again.
Yeah.
So luckily that one came back up shortly after, but a lot of people left the line after that second time.
Right.
And we hadn't been on Indiana Jones in such a long time.
I honestly don't ever remember being on it. I just remember the Boulder Port, but I don't know if it was from a commercial, but I was like, there were moments when I was like, I've been on this, right? No, I haven't. And I was like, no.
I just remember I liked it, and I felt like they had updated the graphics in there from my memory of it. Maybe my memory's wrong, but again, we loved it.
Yeah, it was awesome. So the point was, we were like, yeah, this is for the girls. The girls are going to pick and decide the whole day. But there were moments when all of us were like, no, let's go here. No, let's go to this one. No, let's go to that one. Let's do this. Let's do that. But then the girls kind of enjoyed it and they had a good time. And like we said, we got on so many things. And we were introduced into so many things. I think our 11-year-old was more freaked out on certain things. He kept on waiting for like a drop. Like, is this going to drop right now? Is it going to big drop?
I think it's because when they went to California Adventure,
yeah,
they had the Tower of Terror.
Yeah,
but he didn't go on it.
Oh no, because I gave him a heads up on that one. I was like, you're not ready for that one because he gets headaches sometimes when they're too extreme for him still.
Yeah.
So he's like, no, forget about it.
Like Universal gives it the rides at Universal.
Yeah, he goes to
mad
if he goes on once he goes on Jurassic Park, he's done. Like I got a headache. That drop, he's like, but he still gets on.
Yeah.
But he knows that once he gets on Jurassic Park, he's like, I'm done. I'm gonna have a headache after that.
Yeah.
So a lot of times we try to leave that for last. So he's right. He's fine.
Well,
riding
no, like
everything
even
else.
Transformers gives him a headache.
Yeah, but Transformers actually
that's
like
so Mummy. I mean,
yeah, he didn't like the Mummy. He said, "Forget
I went
that."
on Harry Potter for the first time last time we were at Universal, and I had a headache.
Yeah,
and he didn't get on it.
I haven't been on Harry Potter.
Had he because you stayed behind with him and the baby, and the baby couldn't get on, so you three stayed behind, and I went with the other two, and I I couldn't. I got such a bad headache on Harry Potter, and it sucked because I'm sure I would have. Maybe I just need glasses because it's just my eyes were in and out of focus. I just got motion sickness.
Yeah, but most likely you're gonna drop your glasses on that one.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay,
maybe.
easy there, Harry Potter, where you need a freaking lightning on your forehead.
I have to get
write
a strap.
it.
I have to get a strap.
I want glasses and a lightning in my forehead so I can write Harry Potter. You freaking nerd.
No, I get motion sickness. This is why I don't like boats.
Yeah. Well, back to Disneyland.
Okay. Yes, back to Disneyland.
So yeah, it was awesome. It was nice. We had a great time. We got there like an hour after they opened. We left till they closed.
And it wasn't too packed. We went during the week.
Too packed. It felt like it wasn't too packed because most of the waits were 30 to 45 minutes or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't think anything was over an hour.
Yeah, we placed through it. Of course, I wish I had a whole lot of money so I can buy a lot of stuff that I saw there that I really wanted.
I'm sure the kids feel the same way.
We were actually surprised. I really thought the food was going to be really expensive, and I don't think it was as expensive as I thought it was.
Yeah, I don't know. We hear like horror stories of people talking about, well, you kept joking about $10 waters and stuff like
and
that.
they were like $5. I was like, it's cheaper than a baseball game.
Yeah, I'm like, this is fine. Like, I don't, and the food was good.
Yeah. We tried that one. We
the cantina.
Yeah, we tried these burgers that they had with the pineapple and everything. Yeah, and I was like, this is pretty damn good.
And the girls' pizza slices at Pizza Planet.
Yeah, it was fine.
It was all good.
And I love the fact that you can do it all on your phone. Like
now,
you start ordering your food, and
mm-hmm.
then by the time you get there, it's already ready, and they're telling you what window to go to.
Yeah.
And then we were laughing because like when we were going to the tiki bar, like we saw the Dole,
the frozen
pineapple,
ice cream,
frozen ice cream, and then the actual juice. And I was like, "Hey, let's get one." And they're like, "Oh no, this is for online orders only. If you want to pay, you have to wait till you get out, and then you go over there
on the other side."
I was like, "Man, forget that." I grabbed my phone. I was like, "I have everything on the phone. Let me see." I was like done hitting buy it, like process order, and then immediately said ready, and I just see the guy turn around and start getting our order ready. I was like, "Go pick it up." They're like, "What?" The kids were like, "No way!" I was like, "It's ready."
Yeah.
I was like, this is
awesome.
awesome.
Well, also because they weren't busy.
But it's like I explained to my son, it makes it, I imagine that the reason behind that is it makes it go by faster. So you're not standing in front of the teller going, I think I want, what do you think about this one? Do you want one of these? Or like,
it
you're not wasting their
the
time.
lines.
Yeah, you just, okay, you're looking at it your phone, you know what you want, you're like debating it, you start putting it into your cart, you check out, and it's just go pick it up and
just
done.
Isn't that crazy? It just feeds into our need for immediate gratification for everything. Like,
technology is there.
I mean, of course, if you're going to be waiting for an hour for a ride, you can be eating, your food in line. But, the fact that you've got the Genie Pass and your mobile, food orders. And I think, isn't there something even faster than a Genie Pass? Or is that like...
Yeah, there was another one.
Isn't there another one? So you've got...
There was something in Star Wars where like you have to make a reservation or whatever, not, and it's like $26 a person. And I was like, okay, I love Star Wars, but I'm not going to spend another
26.
What was it, $100 or $140, $50 for us to get go see this?
So sometimes it's just funny because I'm like, we don't have the patience, and we're in a world where there's no need for patience because if you pay a little bit more money, you can be immediately gratified,
Yeah, but for us, I mean, when are we going to go back? I mean, like we said, it was an expensive trip for us.
It was it'd be another couple of years before we go again.
Yeah, I mean, that added up. It's a family of 6. I mean, like I said, we had to save up to it and plan it.
Yeah.
I know they have these packages where they say, like, oh, yeah, come back 3 times for this much, but you have a window.
$50 or something like that.
You have a window of when you have to be back. So it's kind of like then plus the hotel plus everything and plus, like I said, plus times 6.
Yeah.
It at that moment you can't afford that. If you can, cool for you.
Yeah.
But for us, the way our family is, our commute, our work schedules, our children, it was like, this is for the girls. This is why we're going to Disneyland. We're doing this. We're planning it, and there it is, and that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
And we're done. But then you didn't realize how packed that place actually is until you leave, and we had to wait on that line for the bus
wait
to go back
in one more line
to our shuttle.
Yeah, that's the longest we had to wait was in that shuttle line.
And that was like, that's a lot.
But this is why people get the resort, right? And I think my brother, he goes all the time, with his wife and kids, and I think that's why they were trying to take our 7-year-old for that experience.
I mean, Yeah, but I mean, I got to get on the monorail. I've never been on that thing.
I know. I can't believe you've never been
I've
on the
never
monorail.
been on the monorail, so I was like, that's
Like I
just awesome.
even told you we could totally take the monorail, go to
Or
downtown Disney.
Downtown Disney.
We can go to downtown Disney and eat and get back on
Yeah.
and go back into Disney.
Yeah.
And
We should have done that.
We should have done that, but we didn't. So I know, but it would have been better than going to Denny's after.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my gosh, the
horrible experience.
worst service we have ever had at a Denny's at like midnight. It was
And
horrible.
and I saw freaking cockroaches on the wall.
it was the worst.
I was like,
oh my god,
what? Like,
I can't.
this is
we
down
should have
the
just
street
left. I know we
from
were.
Disney, and this is what you guys are offering. Yeah, I had to wave
Our
my coffee
kids were
mug.
asleep on the table. We should have just come home. Now we know, but again, it'll be a while before we
Another
go
thing,
back.
people make fun of Martians. What do you call Disney Martians? Oh my goodness, there are some freaking characters at this freaking joint. Holy crap! Some of these people should not be wearing some of this shit out to a theme park for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I am body shaming.
Yeah.
Fuck, there's some fucking big fat asses wearing these like one piece whimsies. You're like, what the hell? This is a kid's place. And why are they all freaking Hispanic hoochies? I was like, damn. I was I was like, dude, this is a kid's park. What are you doing?
I know you were commenting on some stuff, and I was like, "You're a guy. You would notice." Like I didn't notice any of the stuff that you were saying because I'm not a guy and I'm not looking.
And then there was times when I was like, if you ever
Yeah,
let my
you did
daughter
tell
wear
me
some
that.
shit like that, we're gonna have issues. There were some girls there that I was like, you're just a little girl.
I should not be seeing your butt
Daisy
cheeks.
Dukes, yeah, Daisy Dukes. No, like that died with the Dukes of Hazzard. You have a problem with the car, you should have a problem with the shorts too.
Yeah. Yeah, I admit there were some young ladies, some teenagers that were.
I mean, I'm sure our oldest son didn't mind, some of the shit he
He
saw.
was saying, yeah, but as an adult, you're like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you if you wear that. It's not.
Yeah,
you should. I'm sure their parents don't know.
Yeah, they weren't, but I didn't see them with parents.
They weren't. They were there.
Or they're
with their
probably like,
friends.
hey, we'll meet here at a certain time.
Yeah.
But
Well, but definitely, I think if we ever did another Disney trip, we're gonna save up to stay.
Yeah, no,
at
and
the
I
resort
think,
because
and if we can't, I think we'll go to the other side of the park just to try it
Now,
out. Maybe
didn't-
the girls will be like, I don't know, maybe another 10 years older.
Didn't you tell me that it's cheaper to go to Disneyland in Japan?
Yes. I saw an Instagram post from a lady.
But have you researched it?
Yes, I did. That's where I was going. So some lady posted that it's cheaper to go to Disneyland in Japan, including airfare, hotel stay, and the tickets to get in, compared to just being out here in the States, including Disney World and Disneyland.
Okay.
Either one. It's just looking up when the best airfares are to go to Japan.
In the winter.
Yeah, in the winter. You fly out there. You can get a package for the hotel room that's nearby. It doesn't have to be at the actual resort. And then the tickets are like half the price of what they are here.
Wow.
So then
Our
at
next
the end,
trip might be to do the one in Japan then.
so let me put it to you guys this way. So our trip just to get in with the Genie Pass
For
and the
6
parking,
people.
it was like about $1,500-$1,600. Okay. All right. If throwing $1,500, $16 for one day for you guys seems cheap, I want to have your job.
Yeah, that was not cheap for us. That was a bonus.
The lady that went to Japan and did all that, she spent, and this was for
Well,
2
a family
days.
of 4, I think.
Yeah, but for 2 days.
Okay.
2 days, $1,250.
For a family of 4. I think we still end up spending the same
I
because
did
we're
the
a family of
math.
6.
I did the math for us. It would have still been like $1,500 for 2 days.
Okay. That's
So we
still
got double.
and in another country.
And another country. You get to travel to another country. So I'm pretty sure pay a little extra for another day or two. You can go visit Japan,
Yeah.
which is one thing that I think
It's on
we
our
would
bucket
enjoy.
list.
Yeah. So, and I mean, and we
And
know
we have family
we
there.
have family there. Yeah. So you have family there. So yeah, why not? Maybe
Yeah.
next year that would be the thing.
trip.
And not to mention that their shows, from what I saw, that are way cooler.
I know, because they've got all that great, robotics and stuff like
Right.
that. So animatronics.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, that's a goal. That's something to put on our bucket list.
I wonder,
to
is
look
the
that
one
up.
in France still around?
I believe Euro Disney. I
Yeah.
imagine. I used to know somebody who worked for them, but that was a long time ago.
Because I think I will like that one because isn't it always like cloudy and rainy in France? So I think
I
it'll be
don't
cool.
know, babe.
Because
We'd have to
I
look that
got
one
a
up.
tan out of this freaking
Oh yeah,
day.
we both did.
My neck is a different color. So if I take off my shirt, I'm white. If you see my arms, they're brown, and my neck is black.
Yeah, it got very burned.
But yeah, so but it was awesome. I mean, our girls weren't googly gaggly, freaking out, pulling their hair, screaming, but they were happy. They did ask for some stuff. Our sons have from their first trip. Our oldest boy got his Woody Mickey Mouse ears. Our second boy got his Buzz Lightyear ears, which I thought was adorable because they match, Woody and Buzz. So
When they were little,
our
yeah.
girls went. It was their first time, so we let them pick their ears, and I couldn't believe the shit that these girls picked. So our eldest, she loves Stitch.
And she was wearing Stitch that day,
And she was wearing
too.
Stitch t-shirt, so she got some Stitch ears. But our baby got this Darth Vader ears with a black veil, and she wears a black veil on her face, and she's like, "This is like my wedding dress." And from there forth, every family picture that we took, she is wearing that black veil on her face. We could not get her to take it off. Like, I want to see your face. No, but yeah, it was awesome. So definitely recommend it. Definitely recommend the Genie Pass. I think it made it awesome. We get to get on those rides. I think we were trying to talk about what our favorite ones were. It felt like forever since I was there. So for me, I don't remember Indiana Jones, but I will have to put it in the top three, maybe three. And because I'm being biased, I'll put that Smuggler's Run, Star Wars, Millennium Falcon thing as number 2. And number 1 was definitely, what's that ride called? That mountain one? That old school one?
Oh, Thunder Mountain.
Thunder Mountain. Yeah, I think the fact that I liked Thunder Mountain was the fact that my wife and the baby were sitting in front of me.
So our daughter was just tall enough to ride this.
Yeah. And in the last little seat, it was our number 2 son and myself. And to watch his eyes get big, but he's cracking up, and see this baby just getting flopped around side to side, front and back, like, getting whiplash. But she's cracking up the whole time, made it so worth it for me. I could not stop laughing. And she loved it. I think she's a speed freak. She really
does.
Yeah.
But it was scary for me because she kept standing up. And I had to keep sitting her down. I'm like, so why are you standing up? And she's like,
raising her arms.
I'm like, sit down, child. You're gonna fall out. She just kept standing up. It was extremely frustrating because she wouldn't sit down.
Yeah, and then I got with her on the Autopia, and
Autotopia,
she enjoyed driving her car. She was like, "Yo, you ever need me to drive, Dad? I just showed you I can drive." It was cute to see their face on it. It's a Small World. It was torture for the boys, but the
youngest came today and asked me for the Mom, how does that song go? I go, which song? She's the one with the little dolls, and we were in the boat. I was like, Small World? She's like, yeah, that one. How's that song go? So I was teaching her the song.
So it was awesome. It was a nice little experience. It was a good way to
I just looked up
summer.
Euro Disney, and I can't find any tickets available for Euro Disney, so I don't know. They might still be closed.
Yeah, they probably shut it down. I don't think it was a success.
No. Well, Euro Disney's been open for a long time, but I don't know what their political situation is over there or restrictions are that they would have maybe closed it down, or maybe it's just that book that there's nothing available online. So I don't know. So, anyways, but Japan, is on the bucket list.
It's just us just running about this. Like, if you can do it, definitely do it. Enjoy it. It's awesome.
There's
cool.
There's people out there who are like boycotting Disneyland, and
political
especially this
views
month
and shit. But I mean, damn, if we do that, we're never gonna do anything. I mean, like we said before, we gotta have differences and shit. You gotta
Like, we might not agree, but that doesn't mean that that's our childhood. You know what I mean? Like, there was nothing wrong with our child. There was nothing wrong with Disneyland when we were kids. At least not for us, not for our families. And so, people, I know we have family members that boycott Disney, and then we've got other families who don't. And we're kind of like, yeah, but gosh, I'm not going to boycott Disney because of my kids. It's like, that's like Beauty and the Beast and Cinderella and Snow White and these things. I just, those are magical memories for me, and I want my kids to have that memory. They don't need to know about the ugly stuff, right? Because that stuff, in the end, maybe this is me being a hypocrite from other conversations we've had, but gosh darn it, I don't want everything to get taken away because of this. Because of our political differences.
Think about it. If we start thinking about all this crap pretty soon, what are we going to wear? What are we going to eat?
Yeah, there's I'm that's another topic, but I'm as much as we say, oh yeah, we don't agree with certain things in life, there's just some things we aren't going to give up, because now I feel like we're letting that other side, the other agenda win.
Yeah, if that was the case, I don't think I'll be able to have a job, right? Because if, let's say, my job is a supporter of something that I don't believe in, like politically wise, I guess I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I'm not gonna work for that company. And how many people have quit their jobs? And gosh, I know some people might say we're weak for this, but we haven't left California. Right. And so many people really have left. We want to. We will like because of how things are in California politically and financially.
But a lot of the people that ruin California are the ones that left, and they're ruining it in whatever new states they went to. And they're like, we don't want California.
But there's also a lot of people who came from other states here and haven't helped, the situation. Well, yeah. And that's why they came here, is because of the way how liberal California is. And at the same time, the money we make in this state that affords us the lifestyle we have, we couldn't have in another state. And for someone to come and tell us yeah, but the housing is cheaper, the lifestyle is cheaper. Not really. No. Not anymore. No. It's not cheaper anymore. It might have been cheaper 10 years ago, but it's definitely not cheaper right now. And I'm not going to take a 30% pay cut, or more, because to just live in a house, it's going to cost me as much as the one I have here. Mm-hmm. Everything else might be cheaper, but I still have to make that mortgage payment. Yeah. And or rent. So anyways.
Real quick. So I looked up, there's 6 Disney parks located. Where are they located? Okay. So we have California, of course, Florida, Tokyo, Paris, Hong Kong, and China. Okay. I didn't know they were at Hong Kong and China.
Well, Hong Kong, isn't Hong Kong China?
You know what? Well, maybe they have 2 locations. One in Hong Kong and one in China.
But I don't know. I thought they were the same. Okay, maybe that's my bad if I don't know, for not knowing. Yeah. But so the only one we're interested in going to is the one in Japan, though. So. Yeah,
because I heard about those damn prices. Yeah. I was like, so Walt Disney Resort, right? Walt Disney World Resort is in Florida, at the Magic Kingdom. Mm-hmm. Or Epcot, Animal Kingdom, whatever. Disneyland Resort is California, right? Tokyo Disney Resort is in Tokyo, and they have a Tokyo Disney Sea. Okay. Disneyland Paris, Hong Kong Disneyland, and Shanghai Disneyland.
Shanghai. Okay, that makes more sense to me then. So, yeah. Okay. You said China. I was like, China and Hong Kong. I thought they were Shanghai. Okay. Yeah. Well, either way, we would never go to the ones in China, but we would go to Japan. So, again.
Look, I'm a hypocrite, all right? I love Star Wars, so I can't turn my back on Star Wars. Yeah. Even with that stupid new show, I wasn't impressed by it, but
that wasn't too great.
I'm gonna torture myself and put myself through it. And
maybe it gets better.
Maybe, I don't know. Whatever. Just keep on giving me some damn Mandalorian material, and
you're fine.
I'll be fine with it. Yeah.
Well, that was our adventure with our kids more recently. Hopefully, we'll have other fun stuff that we do during the summer before school comes back into session. And Well, we wish you guys happy summer and vacationing with your
Yeah.
kids and your
Enjoy your time with
families.
your kids and family. Try to, have some fun. Do something with the little ones.
Just because it's hard to do during the school year, unless you're a homeschooling family
right.
that gets to travel in your RV.
That'd be nice. Speaking of, remember we were going to Disneyland and we looked up somebody was driving around in this.
Oh yeah, and this super fancy
mobile
mobile RV.
Yeah, so we're like, hey, let's find out how much it costs.
I was like, it was like $600,000 for that thing. I was like,
Yeah.
that costs more than my house.
Yeah.
Like, why would I live in that RV when it
I was
costs more
like,
than my
oh
house?
Goodness, I never expected
Like
them to be
something
that
some
expensive.
sports players traveling in because
Right. Some famous
yeah,
rock star. Or
yeah,
something.
because definitely
Musician.
not meant for the middle class. So,
Yeah, I was like 600,000.
Yeah.
Damn. Probably buy a little ranch.
yeah, you could buy a little. Well, no,
Could
not
definitely
out
move
here.
definitely move out of state.
Yeah, you can move out of state with
Well,
600.
that's
We could.
something.
I mean, I guess our house is not worth that much yet, but
Nope.
Anyways.
Nope, not even.
we're not. Our house is not even worth that much.
But it's way bigger.
It's-
It's way
Yeah,
bigger.
we got way
than
more
that.
space than that RV.
Oh man.
Anyway, so you guys have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, man. Thanks for listening. Yeah.
It's a short
guys.
one.
Yeah, thanks
All
for the
right.
love and support. Y'all have a great one.
All right, bye.
Bye.